What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy Jay Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. And this right here is an exclusive clip. Basically, in this exclusive clip, Marvin is finally gonna do a little bit more confessing to Rock about what he's got going on with Stefano. I mean, of course, last episode he confessed to her that he was indeed doing side jobs with Stefano, but he didn't really get into the full extent of what was going on between them. But in this exclusive clip for the next episode, he lets her know that you know he had early Tyler working as the bookie for Stefano, and that there's a big problem going on as far as that particular situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to play the clip, but I will play the sound bite. So basically, we'll get to hear the conversation. And I actually tried to find the actual clip for this particular exclusive clip on my own, but came up empty. But I did see that it's on Mark Dark's page. So shout out to Mark Dark. I grabbed the audio from his page, and I'm going to share it with you guys here. And then I'll give you guys my thoughts on it as we go on. So go ahead and let's just take a listen to it.
Me and Stefano could be about to go through some shit.
Say that to me. Not now. Not when we just about to win.
I got early Tyler taking book for Stefano. And early had to get rough with some nigga because he didn't want to pay what he owed. Didn't know at the time. This fool real tight with Stefano and his people.
Okay, well, how about it early?
Marvin! Stefano don't know it was early though. And early ain't telling nobody. His cousin Londell did the work with him.
Londale, who got himself a bid off his...
I'ma handle him.
You gonna handle both of them.
Early ain't the type to talk. He keeps shit close.
Now, he breaking you off a piece of that business, and you don't want to lose it.
You don't need to sweat this shit. I got it.
I got it. You know, that shit should be engraved on your tombstone, Marvin. You didn't learn no kind of lesson the first time you... These guineas, you had to fall over again.
I'ma fix it, Rock.
Right. Because you just so good at fixing shit, Marvin.
All right. So that's pretty much what we have. And as you can see, well, at least as you can hear, it's a whole lot, to that they covered here in this exclusive clip. It let me know a lot of things. But for those of y'all that may have missed, some of the things that were said, or, maybe didn't pick up on some of the things, I'll give you guys my thoughts on it, on what I think could potentially be going on here. So I'm going to start from the very beginning. Let's see.
Me and Stefano could be about to go through some shit.
Say that to me. Not now. Not when we just about to win.
So that there, just that little short part right there tells me a little something. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Marvin was all nervous about telling her that, and then, when he does tell her, he's saying him and Stefano could be having an issue here potentially. And Rock responds, don't tell me that. Not when we're about to get ready to win. This here tells me that potentially they made good with Stefano. Or, Rock herself doesn't want to go the route of taking Stefano out, at least not now. So I think, in my opinion, we can absolutely rule out Stefano being taken out this episode. I know a lot of people had him on their prediction list of death predictions, but I can almost assure you by hearing this, Stefano is not going this episode at least. So let's go ahead and continue.
I got early Tyler taking book for Stefano. And early had to get rough with some nigga because he didn't want to pay what he owed. Didn't know at the time. This fool real tight with Stefano and his people.
Okay, well, how about it early? Marvin!
So here, of course, they blanked out. They kind of did some skipping on this, but basically, we pretty sure it's safe to assume that um basically Marvin telling her that Early had to end up taking the guy out, and of course, Rock isn't happy about that because she knows that this is this is going to be a potential issue unless they fix it. And of course, Rock is, with her brilliant mind, is going to do all that it is she can to try to fix this situation. But I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, I think this one right here might potentially end up being too big for even Rock to fix. But hey, we shall see. And I think also, real quick before continuing, I also think in episode 9, the description says that Rock faces the fallout of Marvin's mistake. I believe this here is the mistake that Marvin made. The mistake with working with Early Tyler. And of course, when we seen Marvin first putting Early in that position of with Stefano, and Stefano told him, Marvin, that if there's any mistakes, he's going to be looking at Marvin. That right there gave us a big major clue that that Early Tyler's gonna end up being a big problem and big thorn in Marvin's side later on in this season. But I think everyone who that really was paying attention kind of seen that.
Stefano don't know it was Early though, and Early ain't telling nobody. His cousin Londell did the work with him.
Londell, who got himself a bid off.
I'ma handle him.
You gonna handle both of them.
Early ain't the
Okay, so real quick, as you heard from Marvin here, not only did Early Tyler take out this guy that's a made man, that obviously is close with Stefano, right? He wasn't alone when he did it. He said his cousin Londell was with him, right? And you know how this thing works. The least people that knows about what you're doing, the less the risk. So now that Londell and Early is involved, that's more bodies that you potentially have to take down. And I think we can rule out another thing. Remember in the beginning when they gave us that exclusive clip, these manipulative punks at at Stars and the writers of Raising Kanan, know what they were doing when they did this. They pulled a real fastball when they did this. Because they know, seeing this, and also with, Famous being missing, naturally, we was going to think that this was absolutely Famous. Because it looks like him from the side, right? And then, of course, as time went on, and after we saw that Famous was tortured, we was like, nah, we can't see Marvin torturing Famous, which is the truth. And then, of course, London Brown, the actor that plays Marvin, did an Instagram live and said it wasn't him. Why would Marvin do it? It doesn't even, make sense to the storyline. And now that we really think about it, it really doesn't. But, of course, saying this, we kind of was ignoring the evidence, what was going on in the storyline and going with what we saw. So we started speculating on what could have potentially be the reason that Marvin did it. But after we heard about the torture, we all just, at least I know I did, threw that in the can. We're like, yeah, it wasn't Marvin. But I said all of that to go ahead and point this out, that I'm pretty sure this is none other than Londell, the cousin of Early Tyler, who he has the gun now. As you heard in this soundbite, and I'm going to continue to let you hear it again, Rock told Marvin that he needs to take Londell, the cousin of Early Tyler, out. And Early as well. Now, of course, Marvin didn't seem like he was necessarily down with taking out Early, but hey, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how that turns out. But let's go ahead and finish listening to the soundbite.
He keeps shit close.
He breaking you off a piece of that business, and you don't want to lose it.
You don't need to sweat this shit. I got it.
I got it. That shit should be engraved on your tombstone, Marvin. You didn't learn no kind of lesson the first time these guineas. You had to fall over again.
I'ma fix it, Rock.
Right. Because you just so good at fixing shit, Marvin.
All right. So, Now, I have to point out something that I think a lot of us don't want to hear. This last little part, I think, kind of gave me the last push I needed. When we first started Raising Kanan season 4, Marvin was definitely on my death predictions because, we're getting towards the end, the way things were shaping out. And of course, most of us feel like in order for Jukebox to get to the cold blooded Jukebox that we got in the original Power, her father Marvin has to die, right? Because that's like the closest person to her. Now, after hearing this, I think this could be foreshadowing, letting us know that Marvin is about to die. Because listen to what Rock says here.
That shit should be engraved on your tombstone, Marvin.
She said it should be engraved on your tombstone. I think they're telling us here Marvin is about to go, people. And it's sad. I know I don't want it to happen either. I know Marvin is absolutely a fan favorite for a lot of us, but come on. Um, and actually, I just thought about it. I know I've been saying I was going to do a sound bite, but hey, I'm going to just keep the video in there so y'all can see it. Like, it's not like I'm stealing. I'm letting y'all know where I got it from. I always give credit to, any content creator that I may get some material from. So, like I told you, it comes from Mark Dart. And, but yeah, like I said, um, this isn't looking good for your boy Marvin. It's not at all. Because what she said bothers me a lot. And I after certain, like midway through the season, I was like, I don't know, I'm 50-50 towards Marvin's death now. Because I started off maybe like 7, I was 7 out of 10, like my death prediction rate for him. Then I went down to 5. Now I think I'm gonna go as high as saying it might be a 9, people. Because I think, and then with him getting in trouble with these Italians, we see an image of, a shootout being happening, which looks like to be possibly at Marvin's car. So I think all of these signs, and this is the thing, a lot of people were saying that Marvin could get shot and then, survive it and then leave some kind of way or something like that. But my thing is, Marvin has already been shot before. He got shot at the end of season 2. Power, the history of Power, if you pay attention, no character has gotten shot twice and lived. It hasn't happened. They may have got shot once and lived, but after they got shot that second time, you know what? I take that back. One of them did. Tommy did. Got to take that. And then Tommy's character is very similar to Marvin. I don't know. Midway through this video, I'm just catching it. Tommy got shot twice. Because he got shot with the Koreans in his arm in season 3 of the original Power. And he also got shot in Force. So, yeah, I don't know. But I still think he's pretty high on the death prediction, judging by what Rock said. But, hey, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But, anyways, pretty much that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. So, definitely hit these comments and let me know what y'all thinking. Could your boy Marvin survive? What do you think of this situation with Stefano? I mean, I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, I think Marvin's going to absolutely take out Early Tyler's cousin, but will he take out Early Tyler as well? Now, I do expect Early Tyler to be taken out, but will it be your boy Marvin who does it? Let me know all of that and more in the comments. But, like usual, if you're cool with me, fool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.